All right, so in this video, I want to talk about what I would do if I was in high school or about to graduate high school, just a young man in general, the things that I would focus on, the skill sets that I would learn, if I could do it over again, knowing what I know now at 27. I think there's really four big ones that are really good pillars and will set you up to be successful forever, indefinitely. And then from there, basically, is a sort of laddering of complementary um, subjects that will just aid those main skill sets. So you see at the top, you have the blue ones, those are the main pillars. And then underneath in green is all of these additional subjects that's going to help you in general, but also going to help with these main pillars. Now, the reason why I chose these is because I feel like, just in my observations and what I've seen, is that these can reward you indefinitely, like forever, no matter where you are, no matter what niche you're in, no matter what field or space you're in. These are things that can infinitely multiply your income, what you have, everything of that nature. So I think knowing these and understanding these and having a good grasp on these will always be favorable to you no matter where you choose to go in the future. And so if I was a young man, which I am, but if I was a younger man, I would be looking to focus on these. So let's get into it real quick. So at the top here, we have health and training, then we have trading, then we have ads, media buying, and then we have sales. So health and training, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but underneath that, if you want to go further and deeper, you have physical and mental and emotional training. Then you have learning about the body and the muscle groups. Then you have to learn about diets and nutrition. Then you can learn about, philosophy, how to cultivate a winning mindset, and then learn about psychology and kind of self-regulation and then discipline and focus. I think all those things are very important, but the very core skill set is learning to train your body and be healthy. I think that's a huge skill set. Your body is a machine, obviously. The more and better high quality that you take care of the machine, the better the machine takes care of you. So it's very important to have a fundamental understanding of the body, how it works, how it moves, what it needs, what is fuel, what is not fuel, everything to that degree to keep this in order. And it's a very underrated skill set. I think it's something that I've taken for granted. The fact that I've done athletics and have been in the space for basically my entire life. And I am really amazed and a bit confused also at just the general lack of understanding of how the body and the muscles and everything works just by in the general understanding. You know what I mean? So it's just something that you have to learn, I think. And the sooner that you learn it, if you're a young guy, high school, you just get it right, knock it out 2, 3 years, you get yourself right, then it's just really just maintenance. I think that's really the best position to be in. And people in the space have already talked about it before, but your physical presence speaks before your intellectual presence. So when you walk into a room, how you show up physically gives off signs of communication of how you are as a person, or it displays to the room, and it conveys information to the room or to the people that you are interacting with, what type of person you are. So when you're in shape, when you're healthy, when you're looking good, when you're feeling good, it's all beneficial. So next, I'd be looking at trading. Now, trading is one that I got into later, but nonetheless, I really, really do see the importance of that skill set. I mean, literally, if you do it correctly, you put money in, you can make it multiply, however X amount, however good of a trader you are, depending on the markets and what the condition looks like and what you know and your technical skill sets and all these different abilities. But trading, once you start learning about trading, this is going to take you down the pillar. You're going to be learning about capital allocation, basic financial literacy, assets, liabilities, all of these things, P&L, investing, different markets, different types of assets, commodities, futures, Forex, equities, bonds, all these things, all these different markets that are going on, crypto, etc. And those are all the different options as well, but that's kind of equities and everything like that. Those are different markets that you can trade in. Uh, get a little basic fundamental understanding of economic supply, demand, everything like that. Technical fundamental analysis, reading charts, chart analysis, and then having the fundamental analysis to go with that. Portfolio management, you're going to be managing a portfolio if you're having a different positions, position management within your portfolio. You're going to be taking long, shorts, hedged, swaps, swings, you know what I mean? So, monetary and fiscal policy, understanding the kind of overall national, and then you can get in maybe to like international stuff of what's going on, debt to GDP ratios, how all that things affects everything else, equity, stocks, bonds, Forex, all these things all play a role. And then lastly, financial instruments. All those things are going to fall into trading if you allow it to, if you allow yourself to ladder into these different subjects and skill sets that are only going to enhance this fundamental skill set. But if you know how to trade, that's something where, you know, even if you have a business, even if you're doing other things, trading should always be a part of your kind of tools, your toolkit, something that you are doing, something that you know how to do consistently, something that you can lean on, something that you can lean into. And that's just a very valuable skill set, I think. Next, we're going to be looking at ads and media buying, running ads um, on across different platforms, Facebook, IG, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Google, whatever. There's so many different platforms that you can run ads on. And the reason why ads is important is because it's kind of like trading where if you know how to do it correctly and you put your money in, you're going to get a certain dollar amount back. You know that if you put in, let's just say for an example, $100 in, done correctly, you're going to get X dollars back. And so that applies across any niche if you're in, tech, healthcare, whatever, retail, direct to consumer, media, whatever. You know what I mean? You always have to know how to bring traffic to the thing that you want to bring traffic and eyeballs and attention to. And so knowing and understanding how these platforms work, how the platforms work, and how their advertising works is, I think, really critical. And so, again, looking back down at the ladder, if you continue and allow yourself to do so and take a deeper dive into the subjects, some of the subjects that are going to only complement that fundamental skill set are things like marketing, communications, copywriting, direct response, right? Analytics, branding, lead generation, multimedia, and creatives. All of these things are going to help you better understand ads and advertising and how to run media buying campaigns on social media platforms or whatever else platforms that allow you to run ads. And then lastly, I would say sales. Sales is kind of like ads as well, where it's just very um cross-functional across niches and everything like that. You get into any field, you can apply it. You always gotta sell. You always gotta sell yourself. You always gotta sell your ideas. You always gotta sell your vision, your dreams. You gotta sell no matter what you do in life. So that's a very fundamental skill set. And then this kind of goes more into I would say like business operations and stuff like that, entrepreneurship and building an organization or a business on the complementary skill sets or subjects, right? You can learn operations, accounting, budgeting, team negotiations, startup and entrepreneurship, soft interpersonal skills, supply chain, M&A, legal and tax management, all of these things go on the back end of running an organization, running a business, all of these things like that. But sales is one that no matter where you are, no matter what you do, is always going to be helpful and beneficial. And really same with a lot of these other things too. Marketing, communication, operations. I mean, these are things that you just need to know. If you are wanting to be an entrepreneur, if you are wanting to even not just be an entrepreneur on your own, even if you just want to be, working a 9 to 5, which I'm not knocking, and you want to be within an organization, there's a lot of these things, a lot of these components that you should know and have some type of understanding of, because it's only going to help you do your job better. So all these things are really, I would say, critical, but all of these things are very similar across all industries. You know what I mean? Whatever industry you're in is going to need branding. Whatever company you're in, whatever space you're in is going to have some type of supply chain. Whatever space you're in, you're going to have to do some type of negotiations. Wherever you're at, you're going to have to do maybe some type of copywriting or some type of operations management. So, um, it's all important, but like I said, I would really focus on the top layer because those are the ones where it's like, okay, you can go in, do sales for this guy, get a commission, whatever. You can do ads, you can run ads for this person, you can get a piece of that. Trading, you put some money in, you know how to do that, you just know how to flip it. Health and training, that's going to keep the machine tight at all times. So that's uh that's what I would be looking at if I was a young man. I'd be spending maybe like a year on each of these pillars and just going through it. If I was a freshman or something, I'd be looking, health and training, everything like that. Then I'd be looking at just trading, then doing all this pillar and then doing everything like that. And by the time you graduate high school and then you're going, whether you choose to go to college or whether you choose to enter the workforce and everything like that, I think it would set you up like really, really, really nice to just be successful because all this, no matter what you choose as your specialization, like even if you're an artist, even if you are more creative, even if you're not necessarily doing all these things, these are things that are always going to help you, that are always going to having just a basic foundational understanding is always going to be helpful to you. So I just wanted to get on here, talk briefly about that and put this up because I was thinking about it for a while, and um now that I put this together, I just thought that I would share it. But yeah, that's really it. All right.